Love is everything. Love is a pure way of connecting with the will and the purpose in your life. And I'm here to remind you that it's something very important that you need to keep up with it. So yesterday I was right. Exercising, having to. Now I know. So I know some of you are. It's a bit difficult for you to be or to focus your intention in the heart, right? And for some of you, it's easy. You can do that, especially if you're a woman and you have given birth before, and you still remember this unconditional love you had for your child. You remember that. To make it easy for some of you to connect to your heart, you're not going in your heart, but you're connecting with it. You can just place your right hand closer to your heart and feel it, right? You can feel your heart pumping, and you want to close your eyes, and your hand is the one that will help you to be or to focus your intention in your heart, right? So you want to do that from time to time, and this is like a practice, right? And you want to remember or think about something that makes you feel in love in a natural way, right? That has unconditional love. Okay, it can be nature, it can be the waterfall, anything that sparks this unconditional love inside of you, right? And then you move from the center of your head, right? Because your skull is your dome, right? You have to move from there. You collect yourself, your whole entire being, your whole entire body. You collect it, and you imagine it as a spark of light. Listen, imagination is very important. That's one of the greatest way for you to gain information, through imagination, right? Greatest wisdom, knowledge. So in a daily practice of your spiritual way of doing things, it is important and vital that you master a way of imagining things. Remember when you were still a kid, you used to do that. You're very good at that. So you have to bring yourself into that sense in order for you to get things done, right? So as you collect yourself, your whole entire body, the way you are, the way you look, whatever that is that you're wearing, you make yourself turn into a tiny beacon of light, right? Some tiny beacon of light. That's you. I'm talking about your head, your legs, your stomach, your hands, and all of that, right? Then you collect yourself carefully. Then you imagine yourself in your mind, in the center of your mind. Then you're feeling like you're inside of a skull, which is your dome, because you're trapped. That's where so many people are living right now, in their mind, and they're projecting that reality of love from the mind, which is very negative. So when you collect yourself in this consciousness, being of light, you place yourself in the center and you feel the entrapment of your skull. Then you're moving away with the intention. Remember the first time I taught you how to focus an intention if you're inside of your body. So you're moving from your mind, right? It's like you're walking, but you're having to walk in a parallel way. You can imagine a line. You can imagine a prana energy in order for you to have the flow of you having to connect and follow that pattern. So it has to be in a straightforward way. You're inside, not outside. You're inside of your being, right? Then you're crossing over your nose all the way down to your mouth, right? Then you come to your chin, then you're crossing slowly. You're taking your time, don't rush it. Then when you arrive in your throat, you feel the sense of freedom. Because if you noticed, when you start to speak to people, whatever that's bothering you, you start to feel freedom, right? You don't do that unless if you want to feel free. You become confident. That's where the throat chakra comes in at play. So now, when you're in this section in your throat chakra, you're bound to feel free. Now you're stretching your body, you're stretching for the first time you're going to feel free, right? I'm telling you. Then when you arrive at your throat, you come to your thymus gland. That's what you call the thymus gland. Then your thymus gland is your heart as well, right? When you arrive to your thymus gland, you turn the other side to your heart slowly. You're still focusing in a sense of the intention. Then when you arrive at your heart, okay, I'm not going to tell you to go inside. I'm still going to guide you differently, but right now I just want you to feel the energy of your heart. For some of you, while placing your hand, it'll be easy. So as you move directly, you come across your throat to your thymus gland, then to your heart. You place your hand so that you can actually have this connection with it. For some of you, you won't be able. You don't need to do that. It'll be easy. Then you're feeling this energy, right, of love. And if you want to make it so solid, you think about what makes you so happily in tune with unconditional love. It might be nature, a waterfall, anything that is natural. It might be somebody that's dear to you, especially it can be a parent or, especially your mother. You're gonna feel so different, right? You're gonna feel so different, and I'm just gonna stop there for now. But if you're able to do that, I would advise you, when you start doing it, you have to attach the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And I would advise you that you need to practice this each and every 10 minutes, right? And if you feel the pleasure and all of that, you're automatically gonna go back to your mind. But when you're done feeling the pleasures of it, you go back to your mind. The way you came in, you go back to your mind, and you just be. But the exercise here is for people to try to be in their heart. But now you're just focusing the intention around your heart, right? Most of the time, you guys are going to feel and see the sense of the energy on the torus field, right? And the torus field is something very complex with different layers. And once you connect with it, you become so powerful, become so strong. But having to say that, I would advise you that it's very important before you do this, you let go of people you have. If something happened with someone else in your life, you have not forgiven them, especially your parent. It actually begins with your parent. You need to forgive your mother, your father, whatever that they did to you. If you've been raped before, molested, and somebody has done something wrong to you, you need to let go of them. Why am I saying this? Having to let go and having to be in the essence of love through that, you're letting them off the hook, and you're letting yourself free the most, right? And most of the time, what I just said, it happens to the people that call themselves starseeds, right? If you're saying that you're a starseed, and the trauma that you went through, it put you in a position that you become so angry for someone, you have to let go of that, because it needed to happen. Understand that it needed to happen so that you can be able to learn how to overcome it, right? Because ascension and awakening is very emotional. In order for it to happen, you need to be connected to your emotional side. And if you do not have that, then it will be very difficult for you, right? You need to go back to the softness of your emotional side and be emotional, in order for you to ascend. In an emotional sense, I'm not saying that because somebody will think that being emotional is a bit like toxic or negative. No, it's not really like that. Like, for example, when you cry, you get to be healed within, right? You're expressing something, right? You're expressing something you cannot see but can feel. And that's where the role plays or comes in when you become too emotional, in order for you to be able to speed things up and start to or connect to your spirit and ascend, right? And this pattern is very important, that it comes in a sense that you have to forgive everybody that has done you wrong. I'm telling you. And I'm saying that it begins with your parents, because the energy of your parents, the way they treated you, is a foundation of what creates for you to open a pathway and start to connect with your higher self. And if there's a fault in those two energies, then it will become imbalance for you not to be able to overcome anything in life, even when you have to ascend. So if you want to connect with your love completely without any barriers, you have to overcome all of that, And from the aspect of your mind, so many of you have been loving people from your mind because you've not been correcting the sense of understanding that having to love somebody, it needs to come from the heart unconditionally. What I mean by this, I'm not saying when you do things for somebody that you're loving them. No, that's not love. Love is a sense that if I do you wrong right now, you're going to love me regardless, because you've always loved me. But you understand that I cannot be with this person anymore. So if you love somebody from your mind, I said this so many times, but I have to repeat it until some of you get it, right? When you love somebody from the mind, anything that they do to you, you're quick to act and even destroy them, because your love was never real for them. It was never coming from the heart. The unconditional love, it was never there. It was in the mind. And you look at this in male figures, it happens all the time that a man will love a woman by how she appears, right? If she's got this big body, figure, breast and all of that, that's when now she's like, I love her because of 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the love I'm talking about. That's inside of the mind, right? Whereas with the woman still have it a bit, just that now the system is trying to change that concept, right? Because there's still hope. A woman will love a man no matter how they look. They can be hideous, ugly, you name it, whatever. I don't think there's anybody ugly, but I'm just making an example, right? But a woman will love that man regardless. And some of you might think that the woman is loving this man because they want their money. It's not really like that. It's something that they cannot admit, but most of the time a woman loves with their heart. They're able to sense your heart with their energy because they're very good at it, right? And they'll give you a chance. It happens all the time. They'll give you a chance, and because women look past beyond how you look, right? And this used to happen in the olden days. Women would actually connect their heart with yours to tell if I can be able to connect with this person. And if they're able to do that, then they become so alive in this, because women, they don't project their love from their mind but their heart. But with men, most of the time it happens that in order for me to love you, I need to see how you look. Are you beautiful? Are you gorgeous? Are you fit? That's how a man loves. Then when it happens that whatever they thought they have love for them in their mind, that creates a very negative aspect of the male figure acting differently, because they never loved her from the heart but from the mind. Because now whatever they loved them from the mind, they're not possessing those things anymore, or they're giving it to somebody else. Now they become in an animal instinct and fight. Because I'm telling you, true love, it doesn't matter what your partner did to you. You're able to let them go, right? Because it comes from the heart. You love them regardless, but you're gonna let them be, And this is one difficult thing that's not happening right now in this world, because of the fact that people are loving with the ego mindset of love, and that is very dangerous. It ends lives, it kills people, it creates so much destruction, So you want to practice this thing, especially for male figures. And I'm not judging anybody, I'm not judging anybody. Everything that you're doing right now is just an experience. And if you're coming across my video, it means that it is an opportunity for you to learn something, and it is a choice. If you don't want to learn, it's not a problem. It'll catch upon you when time comes, because it means that you're not ready for this information, you know. So it's important for male figures to practice this thing of connecting with their love. It doesn't make you weak. Don't listen to people when they tell you that a man that does that, you're becoming weak. No, it's wrong. It's a wrong mindset. It is okay for a man to be in their heart. As a matter of fact, it is very important for men to be in their hearts more than women are. It is very important. If men are not in their heart, then the world will always be a destructive one. From the ruling class, leadership, all of those principles, right? It will always be a problem. It is very important for men to be in the heart. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you stronger. But that's what the system is afraid of, right? And that is why they try to destroy women at large, because women, they're in the sense of their heart. And the people that can actually even teach you this fundamental of love is women, right? From if a woman, I know somebody might be listening to this, you might be pregnant for the first time, you're about to give birth. Listen to me. You've never felt the love I'm talking about right now yet. If you have, you've grown to ignore it. It's normal. It's okay. And remember, when you give birth for the first time, the moment they hand you your child, I'm telling you, there's this love you're going to feel. I want you to remember this video and maintain that love for the rest of your life. I'm telling you. What I'm saying right now, it'll make a complete sense. That's the true unconditional love you have to connect with. Never come to your mind and love somebody from your mind. It'll destroy both of you, right? It kills all of us. It might not be a physical killing, but when you withdraw from somebody because of it, they learn to grasp a different idea and continue to spread it with everybody, because they want to keep on affecting people with it, because they have been affected with it before. And that's a killing. It's not always physical, but withdrawing from that energy kills everybody at large. So you have to maintain that conditional love, and that's what I'm trying to do right now, that every one of you have to come into this unconditional love. Have you noticed when somebody's shouting, they shout because they are far away from their hearts. And if you've noticed that when somebody is throwing tantrums and you're here, they get irritated because they can't get you on their standard in order for them to be able to destroy you, right? You remain because you're in your heart. People that have a bigger heart, they know what I'm talking about. It's easy for them, and they can even teach you how to fall in love or how to be in the unconditional love space, right? So when you shout and throw tantrums, it is because you are far away from your heart. But when you become in a collective way and be calm and speak, you are connected to your heart. It's easy. Yes, it has a different patterns of layers for you to be in your heart. But what I'm saying is the beginning of it, right? Energy is the same, but it has different responsibility and identity. Energy is the same. And when you become so sad or unhappy or negative, you have to understand this, that energies, they try to maintain, to make you feel sad all the time or negative, because they want to live. They notice that this person is changing and I'm going to cease to exist, because all these energies, they are living and they are active. They are different entities that have been thrown in this planet and they don't know what to do. But in order for them to serve a purpose is to make each and every one very sad all the time. It's just a game, right? It is a game. So what I'm saying is, your unconditional love has a way to make sure that you suppress all of that.